Today I'm at home. I'm staying at home, and I thought it would be a great idea to show you three of the most popular drinks in Mexico. And I'm talking about lemonade with chia, agua de Jamaica or hibiscus water, and agua de horchata water or drinks. Those are the definitely staples in Mexico. If you go to any taqueria, any restaurante, anywhere on the beach or in central Mexico, you will find either one of those drinks. They're the most popular ones. So I wanted to share with you how to make my favorite and most popular Mexican drinks. For the horchata water, you will need 3 cups of water and 2 cups of milk. You can also just use water. You can just go 5 cups of water, that's also fine. And I will not recommend just using milk because it would be too thick. So definitely the max of milk, I would say 2 cups of milk, 3 cups of water ratio, or just go all in with pure water. But I do like the extra thickness with the milk. And for the horchata water, which is one of the most traditional drinks in Mexico, you will need 1 cup of rice, uncooked rice. So if you just recently happen to have bought a ton of rice and you don't know what to do with all that rice that you have, this is a great recipe. So you can use 1 cup of rice, as I said, the 5 cups of water and milk. Before you start with your mix, you will need to soak the rice a little bit. It's a great idea. You can skip that process, but in the traditional stores where they sell this popular drinks, they like to soak it in for at least 1 hour with some cinnamon sticks. But yes, for this recipe you can also use just ground cinnamon, and it also tastes delicious. But if you ask anybody that's gonna make this drink traditionally, they would say to use a cinnamon stick, not ground cinnamon, and they will also tell you to make sure you soak your uncooked rice with water for at least 1 hour. The next thing, you will have to mix a couple things in here. So I got my grinder. Let me go get it. So now that I have my grinder here, I'm gonna put my rice that I have been soaking for the last hour, or maybe longer than an hour, but about that time. So we're gonna grind the rice. And oh, I'm making a mess already. Cinnamon. So we blended the rice with the cinnamon sticks. I use the small little blender, but it's better if you use at home like your bigger blender. It blends more smoothly. But since I'm gonna strain my rice and cinnamon, it's not a big deal if I had extra little chunks, but definitely the better blender you have, the better this will work. So you have your rice and cinnamon. Now we're gonna add it to our milk and water. Okay, getting rid of all the extras. I'm telling you, if you go to Mexico, go to any taqueria, go to any Mexican restaurant, or if you have a Mexican friend and go to their home, you're more than likely gonna see this white, delicious drink. And I know a lot of people might wonder, what is that? Why is it so good? Well, believe it or not, secret ingredient. It's a secret ingredient, which is not a secret, but it is because not a lot of people know what's in there. So it's rice. Uncooked rice goes into this drink. So as I said, I know a lot of friends that just recently have bought bags and bags of rice. I know I bought a huge bag of rice, and I'm just trying to find different ways to use them. And I feel like this would be an unexpected use. Okay, that's the rest of my little mix. Gonna get as much as I can out of this blended mix that I have. Oh, let's squeeze it down here. Perfect. Okay, so next step is to add the extra flavor. For the next step of this drink making process, we will add vanilla flavor. So I would say about 2 tablespoons. Oh, that kind of went a little loose there. And then we have condensed milk. I would say about half a cup. So I'm not going to use sugar in this case because I'm using the condensed milk, and that brings enough sweetness to our drink. But you can also add sugar if you like it sweeter than that. I would say just add more condensed milk as you work with your drink. So that's it. A few simple ingredients: water, milk, condensed milk, uncooked rice, cinnamon, and vanilla. If you have the opportunity to get some Mexican vanilla, that would be great. It's not an absolute necessary, but it's Mexican vanilla is very good quality. I got just the one from the grocery store, but it's still gonna work perfectly. So now that we have our mix, I kind of want to try it, make sure if I have enough sweetness in there. Okay, I would add a little bit more condensed milk. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with a little bit more condensed milk. I like my drink a little bit extra sweet just because I know I'm gonna add lots of ice. So if you're gonna cool your beverage in the fridge and just leave it there until it's nice and cold, then you probably you don't have to make it a sweet. But in my case, I'm just gonna add a lot of ice to chill it, and you can add a little bit of rum. That's a little secret that I can tell you. So yeah, in Mexico, do we add rum to our horchata? No. Have I? Yes. And it tastes very good. So now I'm just gonna present it so you can see what it looks like. So Mexican drink number 1, horchata. Now we're gonna go to the next one, because today, as I mentioned, we're gonna show you 3 different ones. Okay, now after all this hard work, we have our horchata. If you put it in a nice container like this and then put it in the fridge for a few hours, you don't need any ice. But I always like to add a little extra ice. Now I'll use my reusable straw. So at this point, as I said, if you're adding a little bit of rum, I will add it just about now. And if not, if it's just to have a nice refreshing drink, just pour it with some ice and a little bit of ground cinnamon on the top to decorate. Next. And enjoy. It's like I'm back in Mexico. It really feels like it. Our next Mexican special drink will be lemonade with lime and chia. So that will be a very interesting recipe. We definitely need our lemons. We're gonna need to squeeze some lemon juice and some lime juice. So you will say, why is that a special recipe? Well, I'll show you in a minute. So we're gonna get the lemon juice, and we need 1 little lime. We will cut this lime into small pieces because we're gonna blend it. That's the secret in this recipe, that you must blend it a little bit, just a little bit. So once we cut our lime into, let's say, smaller pieces, here, like about that size, we're gonna get our blender. So this makes about 5 to 6 cups of water. Okay. I had my blender ready this time. Okay, so you're gonna blend this 1 lime, a little bit of lime juice. Oops, just made a bit of a mess, but don't mind that. I would definitely add the sugar since I'm blending it, just because it's a little bit easier. This is just under half a cup. So this is gonna get a little bit loud. There you go. Doesn't have to be too. You don't need to turn it into puree. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Definitely will need to get rid of any excess. Okay, we got that. All the juice in there. Now I need my huge lemon squeezer. I would say 1 lemon and 1 lime. And definitely, if you like regular sugar, use regular sugar. Some people like the sweeteners that are like, if you're on a diet and you want to make it like low fat. If you can handle no sugar, good for you. I definitely need my sugar. And next, we do need 2 cups of chia. So that's what makes our lemonade special, the chia. Chia is very good for you. So it's another little secret way that you can incorporate chia into your diet. So you will have to just stir, 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 stir. And let's try it. Make sure we have enough sugar in there. I think I'm adding a little bit more sugar. I like it a little extra sweet. Oh, hopefully it's not too sweet. But if it's too sweet, I'm just gonna add tons of ice. And in this case, you can add some tequila, maybe like a little splash of tequila. Since a lot of people are staying at home and they get to just have some drinks in the weekend. That's a nice little way to spice it up a little. Okay, so I'll do my last test. Perfect. And as usually, we'll like to decorate with the lime wedge with a little round little piece. Let me just go get some ice and then I'll show you how I'm gonna serve. Okay, so now I have my lemonade ready, my chia lemonade, and I'm gonna present it with a lime wedge just to make it really nice. Before you serve it, it's good to mix the chia because it tends to either go all the way to the bottom. This one's giving me a little bit of a hard time. There you go. This is so refreshing. And it feels really nice when you're drinking and having the little chia. And then you bite a little bit into the chia. It's definitely a very exotic new way to just have the traditional lemonade. And using my reusable straw, let me try it. Very good, very refreshing, very delicious.
It looks like you're at the beach and drinking something.
Right? So for this drink, we need some hibiscus flower, or we call it Jamaica. The name of this drink is agua de Jamaica. And pretty much like you would make a tea, you would have to boil this for about 5 minutes and then let it sit. Once it cools down, then we'll just mix it with water, almost like making iced tea. So I boiled my Jamaica, or hibiscus, and now it's been sitting there for a few minutes, so it's not hot anymore. So now I can put it into my 5 cups of water. Oops, making a mess as usual. Yeah. Make sure I get all the nice syrup that we got. So for this step, you can do one of 2 things. You can add the sugar as you're boiling the Jamaica, or you can add it at the end. I like to add it at the end because then I can pick and choose my level of sweetness. So I would say for 5 cups, I would add about half a cup of sugar or sweetener or whatever other sweetener that you think will work for you. Okay, we have to do the test. So just stir, 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 stir. Making sure it's sweet enough for me. This is probably the simplest one to make. So as I mentioned, if you go to any small restaurant in Mexico, any taqueria, you will see the green, red, or white beverage. Perfect. This time I got it perfect. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get my ice. So now that you have your ice in your nice glass, you're ready to enjoy your evening with your delicious, nice and cold, Mexican-inspired Jamaica water. You can pretend you're in Mexico. This one would taste really good with vodka. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'm sending you a little bit of inspiration on what to prepare when you're just looking for new ideas and inspiration for new drinks. I have my Mexican flag right here with the verde, blanco y rojo, green, white, and red, which are our national colors. Take the time, if you can, to prepare either one of these drinks. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. Please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Guys.